Welcome back everyone to the Complete Pineleaf, where we are back here in a hat in Isil after being interrupted in our story by Gandalf for whatever reason. So let us now report in. First of all, we have Amroth here, where I need to bring some supplies.
The battlefield calls to us on this day.
Yes, these supplies will be very helpful. Thank you for bringing these to me. The dwarf in charge of sending these supplies has been less than punctual in the past, and it is good to see that he stalls no longer. I commend you for your efforts and his. Good day to you. Alright, so we get some sigils of Imlad Ithil. Oh, and
The time for battle is upon us.
we know the broad strokes of the enemy's movements, but we need more detailed information about his plans. If you can find the orders sent between their camps, we might fashion more complete pictures of their incoming strategies. Find such a thing and bring it to me. So I need to intercept enemy orders. Alright. Maybe I should tell him that there'll be a Gondorian city named after him in the future. And let's see, Celeborn. Well, we've met him before.
Heed my orders.
A group of soldiers was recently ambushed in Parth and Danath, but they were not slain. No, they were taken prisoner instead. Some were taken to the encampment of Darga, and the others were taken to the fortress of Amanfuin. I know not why, but their capture must be for the purpose of gaining information. Even were that not so, we must try to bring them back from darkness. We cannot leave them in this torment. Alright, so we need to cap- recover captured soldiers. Oh, and of course, we need Glorfindel, where my original meeting him here was the reason for being brought out of this little 3,000-year flashback.
We must not let Sauron's inaction lull us to sleep.
I welcome any assistance that you can provide, Warden, not just to the Bright Company, but to the Great Alliance as well. We must not let Sauron's inaction lull us to sleep. Instead, let us renew our attention and maintain our guard, and perhaps we will catch unawares the Dark Lord himself. His is a singular evil, for every command comes from Barad-dûr: when to attack, when to retreat, and when to mask his intention. Against this stands our alliance, and its strength comes from the unity of our separate people. It is Gil-galad's belief that Sauron will try to sever these bonds, and in so doing he will reveal our greatest weakness and strike at our vulnerability. But instead he has pulled back his hand, abandoning all pretense of engaging us in serious combat. It puzzles me that the Dark Lord has drawn his forces back in this fashion. What is he planning?
Rare is the puzzle we three cannot solve.
It's a mystery to me, and to Gil-galad, and to Ladlin, my closest advisor. Rare is the puzzle we three cannot solve, Warden, and that by itself is worrisome. Michael is not the only scout who's reported stillness on the plateau of Gorgoroth. I possess a number of such reports now, and each tells a similar tale. Fewer enemy patrols than before, and a reduction in the number of foes assaulting the encampments of men and elves. I will inform Gil-galad of these reports, but I ask that you bring word to the leaders of Gondor. I understand that Elendil is in council, and I would not have him disturbed. But if you bring these reports to one of his sons, they will deliver the word when the time is free. Seek out Isildur or Anarion at Adambel, and I am troubled by these reports, but I cannot say precisely why. Perhaps the sons of Elendil can pinpoint the reason for my worry, and speak such words as will abate it. Alright, so bring the scouting reports to either Isildur or Anarion. Okay, is that everything I need for this place? Well, we do have the billboard here. What do you have? Bounty Easterlings in Path Dynath. Well, defeat 4 Easterling Beastmasters. Okay. How much of our time is spent making plans or hiding behind crumbled fortifications? Too much, if you ask me. What we need to do is to take the fight to the enemy. Alright. And we have here a bounty on trolls. What is this? The bounty reads, I tell you that there is naught more frightening than the lumbering visage of a troll towering over you, weapon raised high and poised to strike. So I need to kill 6 trolls and defeat Fuluk in Parth and Danath. Alright, wherever I find him. And I guess we'll need to remove these though for a moment because we've got another 2 coming here. Black Numenorians! Yes! After so many years in siege, our forces are spread thin, and every now and again there are fresh assaults on the locations we are weakest. So defeat 8 Black Numenorians soldiers and 3 Black Numenorian captains. Alright. And finally, Agarko. You've heard of the rumors, of course. Men disappearing in the middle of the night, vanishing from encampments we have safely held for many years of siege. People say that the Mordrim are to blame, but if that's true, why have none managed to catch the cultists responsible? I am not saying that it's true, but there's no question the Mordrim conduct evil, corrupting rituals. One of their leaders seems to be Agan Kho, a dangerous user of dark magic. He needs to be slain, but be wary. We do not know the full extent of his powers. Discover them, and then put an end to him so that he can never make use of them again, and you will be rewarded. Alright, there we go. And apparently it's sigils that we are rewarded in. Oh, okay, now! Oh, there is another quest ring out here. Oopsie daisy. And this is Thranduil, the king of Erin Galad.
Do not stay idle, for there is much to be done.
Much must we now fight our own? By some dark necromancy, Sauron has infused the bodies of our fallen with vile spirits and brought them back to fight their former brethren. These were once good men and elves, but now they move without thought, animated by vile spirits. We must slay these wights and put an end to this worst affront of Sauron. So defeat 5 elf wights and defeat 5 soldier wights. Okay, and...
Are you able and ready for battle?
We have secured much of Parth Danath, but Sauron's forces still grasp at the edge of the corpse fields. I require more men to patrol and scout Parth Danath. Once you have done this, report back to me. We must make certain that our presence is not forgotten if we are to win this war. Let us remind Sauron that he remains opposed even after so many years of siege. Alright, and defeat and the scout that area. Well, we've got quite a bit that we need to do there. Now, first thing we need to do though is to go back to Adambel so that we can bring this report to Isildur. I cannot find Isildur around, so I have to deliver it to Anarion instead.
Only together can we defeat the will of Sauron.
Yes? How came a lass such as you to be in possession of reports from Glorfindel of the Elves? That must be an interesting tale. Honorian's stern visage suddenly melts away as his expression becomes merry. Nay, friend, I mean rather that you might serve as an example to some who might forget. Only together can we defeat the will of Sauron. I see frustrating shades in the faces of the men. How could I not, after 7 years of siege? But your coming today is a reminder that, unlike Sauron, we are not alone. All of us stand together against him, joining hands to oppose his evil. This endless waiting cannot last, no matter how certain seems that it must. Tell me, friend, what word do you bring from Glorfindel of the Elves? I too have noticed fewer attacks of late, but I thought little of it. Now I wonder, can it be that Sauron's resolve has been tested by the long years of siege? His allies are not allies at all, but servants only. His domination of their spirits can be no substitute for the bonds of friendship formed in battle, like those my people have formed with yours, and with the elves and the others of the Alliance. I draw hope from these reports, and see it as a sign that our victory must soon be at hand. There are soldiers in the field of battle east of Adambel, nearer to the Dark Tower. Find them and relay to them this message. Sauron nears the end of his resolve, and a renewed assault may break the morale of the defenders. Your people are also skilled in the arts of stealth and subterfuge, are they not? If that is so, I ask that you slay whatever servants of Sauron and vile beasts that you find on your way to deliver this message. Let every success sing the tale of victory that surely approaches. It will not be long now, friend. It will not be long. Well, we need to defeat beasts and servants of Sauron and bring Anarian's message to several people. Now, I believe he said that is closer to the Dark Tower. But I have some quests that are out in the other direction. And I think it's best for me to deal with these quests first, especially since I am not as confident as Anarian as to what this decrease in attacks by the enemy means, so we might as well not rush into such battles as he seems to be planning. Ah, there is a banner of Mordor right up there. So let's go and tear them down and start this business. It also looks like Mokshapat, the barricade. Destroy supplies and orc barricades in Mokshapat. And while we're here, defeat enemies here also, because, of course, the raiders. Oh. Oh! What a ready volunteer! 2 ready volunteers, apparently. Defeat beasts and Sauron serfs. So apparently, defeating anyone involved with Sauron is good enough to advance the Black Book quest. Kill an orc, even on the other side of the field from where he was ready to send me. Yep, he just wants me to kill lots of orcs and beasts, wargs, and all that stuff. And we could simply oblige them. Now, what do we have here? We have orcish supplies. Oh, that's right. I have something in here. Yes, destroy orcish supplies. I guess we could do that, though this Mordor captain is in the way. But we could deal with him soon enough. Quickly! defeated! Run away! Die on the spot! Whatever works. There we go. Now, guess I'm just gonna have to come here piece by piece and kill everyone in the camp until I have torn down all the heraldry. Gained all the supplies, or wrecked all the supplies. Defeated a lieutenant or three, especially considering that there is a banner near that lieutenant. So, your turn. How many do we have to kill before we are done here? Probably a lot more than they indicate inside of the quest text, because usually volunteers come out saying that they would rather die than leave me be. Yeah, I'm gonna easily forget. Now let's see, what all was I supposed to be doing here? Ah. Defeat the champion of Morkshapet. Defeat Morkshapet raiders. Oh, I guess I need to find some raiders here and there. I think the raiders are outside. But I can destroy banners in the meantime. Oh, there you are. Hiding, are you? Hiding amongst the crates. An inconspicuous orc. Or maybe he was using some sort of invisibility magic in order to keep himself hidden. Always possible. It looks like a few of these are big and nasty. How are we going to deal with him without inciting half of this area? I guess we're going to find out. Well, I'm not going to jump behind him, since I'm pretty sure that he would... I was half expecting him to bring up a shield because I'm so used to fighting Daywalker Berserkers. But unfortunately, he doesn't do that. But he does stun you. Because Gorthorogs, they like doing that. Yeah. He really likes doing that. Now, I think this is going to be a good place in which to put a banner. And I know that because it's glowing. It's saying, put a banner here! Saruman? You know, those clips really fall a little flat when one of them talks about Saruman, and of course, Saruman is not around yet. Here you go. Heraldry of the High King. Da, 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 da. Now let's plant some more. Ooh, I found the champion of Mokshapat. I was expecting it to be some Uruk or Orc that was the champion of it. I wasn't expecting a troll, but I suppose that we must defeat it in either case, so goodbye, troll. Really, goodbye. Thank you. Defeated one champion of there, and raised a heraldry of the High King. Ooh, and ooh, a rare Mordor chest. What is this? Explore say rare chests in Mordor Besieged. 10 of them! I'll never find all of them. Oh well. Ah! It looks like the raiders are at least just orcs. I've taken care of their commander. Now let's take care of the orcs themselves. What was that? Completed. Battles of the Great Alliance. Oh, okay. New deed. Battles of the Great Alliance. Intermediate! Which means, of course, that there will be A Battles of the Great Alliance advanced inevitably. And who knows, maybe the Battles of the Great Alliance final? I hope not. I guess there's one way to find out, and that is to... Oh, that's right. Battles of Great Alliance Intermediate and set rewards. There's... No, it, surely there's an advanced version. Well, maybe it just doesn't mention that in there. Whatever. Now let's get back to hunting. Banners planted.
I have orders for you, soldier.
I see the banners of the High King waving, even from afar. Perhaps the winds are changing, and the siege will soon be over. Can he feel it too? Not quite.
Listen well to my orders.
The Great Alliance is not just a name, my friend. It is a symbol of the friendship between the men and the elves, and as such, we must do whatever we can to maintain it. I have a missive that must go to Celeborn of the elves in Echad in Ithil. Pick it up and bring it to him, for we must keep the lines of communication open, or Sauron would have the victory. I suppose it was inevitable that there would be a missive going there. Well, we started there in this episode, so let's finish there too. I bring a missive.
The time for battle is upon us.
Thank you for bringing this information to me. What does it concern? Does every messenger seek to know the contents of the message upon delivery? I mean no harm by the question. Indeed, I'll tell you, for it is only by open communication that we can hope to bring this siege to an end. There are forces gathering at Amonfuin, and this letter contains information about the fortress built upon that hill that will help us oppose them. This missive may help turn the tide of this war. Right, and I guess that ties into the quest that I was given to head to Amonfuin. Well, I have finally taken care of all the stuff that is out to the west, so it's time to turn my eye eastward, and that's what I'll do in the next episode of The Complete Pineleaf.